Hi friends, it's been a long time, but I'm here and I thought it's time to make that other video. So we're all going through this crisis again. It's called Corona, or vaccines, or whichever name you want to give it. But at the end of the day, if we're speaking spiritually, we want to go above that. We want to understand what's going on. So everything that triggers off an emotion within you, whether the subject is corona, whether the subject is vaccines, whether the subject is another person disagreeing with you, whatever it is, and you feel something within you that is a reaction to that, that is called an energy field. That energy field is what dictates your life because it is a magnetic field, but it's a very old field because in mundane terms you call it feeling, but we call it energy field because feeling already gives it a story. Now, if we're speaking the spiritual talk, then we know that we've come here through many, many, many incarnations, so that original feeling or energy field was there much before we came into this lifetime. And we have to understand that that energy field is an energy field that we inflicted on somebody else, because otherwise it cannot attach itself to us. So just that knowledge allows us not to delve into the story, not to try and find the reincarnation, but just knowing that allows us to ask forgiveness from the universe, anybody that we may have harmed in the past. And like the Ho'oponopono ones, the people say, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Okay, so I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And after that, you've taken responsibility for that energy field. And now it dissipates. And now you're back to here and now, creating the world that you want to create for you and your surroundings. So now we're going to talk about something really, really important. Because if we go back and we remember the story about Eden and how suddenly we left Eden and we became physical beings. So in Eden, we were actually God. We were esoterical. So there was no difference between us. We couldn't know the difference. There was no physical attachment. There was no physical experience. But that happens the minute we leave Eden. And then where does God go? He hides. We don't see him. Where is he? He hides within us. Where does he hide within us? In our imagination. Because the imagination is a time and space that everything was already made. Everything was already created in the idea form. So when you get an idea, you are actually going into God's realm. That idea already exists because you cannot imagine anything that doesn't already exist in the idea form. But this is the power that was given to us. So when you go to the imagination and you desire something, and in that knowledge you know that the desire is in time and space already, all you've got to do is be grateful for that desire and give it, surrender it, so that you can come back to being here in the now and choose to be happy and serene getting on with your day. That has to manifest because you have allowed it. Okay? The ego will want to take credit. It'll say, oh, I had an idea, whatever. No, it has nothing to do with the ego. This is to do with the conversation, the internal conversation you have with God, which is within you. So if you really want to go to the ultimate upper realm, you are the motion of God. Everything that I'm doing is God doing me. He's breathing me, he's having my heartbeat, he's letting me speak, he's my eyes, he's everything. Because when that energy stops, this body stops. So we are the motion of God. And if we have enough humility to understand that, we can have an amazing relationship with God within us, and we can create the life we want. Now, what do we all want? We want a life that's good for us. And we have to be selfish enough to get it in the space of our inner being happy and serene. and then we affect our surroundings for the better. So if you want to be happy, you've got to make yourself happy to make other people happy. Because if you're in a surrounding that's happy, you're going to be happy. If you're in a surrounding that's judgmental, that's critical, that's putting other people down, that's wanting to be right, that's fighting to be right through the ego, that will be your life experience. If that's not what you want, it begins with you. You have to love your neighbor first the way you love you. When you love you, because you are a child of God, because you're the only one doing the job being you, you are already automatically affecting your surroundings for the better. So let's keep that in mind. Every time we want to open our mouths and we want to criticize somebody and we want to put somebody down, let's understand that in that moment, that wavelength, that state of being that we are in, doing that is actually manifesting our lives, because God will choose to give us exactly what we're asking for, and it's in our state of being. So with that note, we each take responsibility for our state of being, and we fix the world doing that. So hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.